Hello and welcome to Drilling Down into Data Redistribution, a series of 3 short podcasts where we will be looking at data redistribution trends and opportunities across the financial services industry from a number of different perspectives. My name is Victor Anderson, and joining me are Simon Youdan and Mohit Arora from LSEG, or the London Stock Exchange Group. This is the third and final episode in this series, and it focuses on LSEG's take on the use of AI when it comes to data redistribution. But before we get to that, welcome Mohit and Simon. Thanks for spending a bit of time with us today on this final episode of this series.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, so the topic of discussion now is LSEG's take on AI when it comes to data redistribution. It took us only 3 episodes to get to AI. Clearly, LSEG has a sophisticated AI model and is using AI extensively in its data business. So what I want to know from you, Mohit, is what is LSEG's take on AI when it comes to data redistribution? And then perhaps, Simon, you can chip in towards the end. Mohit?
Yeah, no, happy to. And like you said, it wouldn't be prudent to have a podcast in this age without mentioning AI. So I'm glad that we are touching and drilling down on this topic. Like, AI strategy is a must-have for every CEO, right? Much like the internet strategy in the year 2000. Now, since the AI technologies rely on data as their fuel, this development has meant that we get numerous queries from our partners and clients on what they cannot do with our data when it comes to the use of AI. Now, the core principle that our clients and partners needs to understand, and we have been very vocal about it. In fact, we are market leading in this. We have a very client-facing policy and take on this is that we license the what and not the how. Now, let me explain that. What is the use case is what matters to us. What is the client's technology? And when we are licensing, isn't that material when it comes to data redistribution? Now, in adherence to this principle, the client must ensure that they have appropriate licenses for the business activities that are benefiting from LSEG data, regardless of whether they are being intermediated by AI models or tools. Now, LSEG generally doesn't restrict the use of LSEG data within AI technologies by the clients. However, the news part of the business has a slightly different take on it, because you cannot summarize, alter, or change the meaning of a news story. Like we spoke before, a lot of the data that we license might be coming from third parties and might not be LSEG proprietary. So supplementary licenses might be required from these third party providers, and they might have a different take on the AI use. As this is such a fast evolving space, the guidelines are being updated regularly and differ from provider to provider. I would say if you're interested in any of these aspects, please reach out to myself or Simon or your account managers, or we have a regional and global partners team who would be happy to work with you on this aspect.
Simon, anything to add to Mohit's comments?
I think for me, the use of AI, I think it has been overcomplicated at times. It's just another tool that we as humans use to generate signals, alpha from data. It's just a more sophisticated way. It does throw up some larger challenges around sort of third-party rights, but I think if we at LSEG, I think, have taken a very sensible stance around it's what you create, or the use cases of the data that count, rather than how you'll get into that use case. So again, for me, very sensible approach. The key with all of this is that you still need high quality data. You put rubbish in, you get rubbish out. So you need that high quality data, sensible licensing approach, and that sort of understanding and acceptance that AI is here to stay.
Good. That's a great point to wrap up this series on. Simon and Mohit, that just leads me to thank you for your participation, for your guidance, etc., in putting together this podcast, and of course to LSEG as well for sponsoring this podcast. To audience members, thanks very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed listening to Mohit and Simon and you found whatever commentary they provided on the various subject that we covered. I hope you found that valuable.
Thank you for having us.